Ready? Okay. Okay, we're going to do a little demonstration of everything on the outside of the Rivian R1T truck, so you can see all the functions that are available from the outside. The first thing we're going to do is disconnect the charge cable, and then we're going to close the charge port. Actually, before we do that, if you're at a CCS fast charger, you'll pull this down because that plug is a little different. It's a little bigger, and then you can put that back up. Don't worry if you forget about it, it'll be okay. Then we're going to close the charge port door with the 3 little hashtags sitting here on the fender. And come back here, and we're going to open the gear tunnel. So there's a button here on top in front of the first crossbar. Press on that button, and then we pull the gear tunnel down. Okay, so the gear tunnel goes all the way through, and it'll go through to the other side. It'll hold lots of stuff in there. There's also a cubby hole here, and there's a little thing there now to keep that closed. Inside, we will keep an ice scraper on the inside for you if you need that, and something to brush off snow. That'll be here on the vehicle. And we're going to close that, give it a nice good firm close there. Now we're going to come around to the back. So on the back, there's several features that you need to see. There's a button here, and that button has 2 functions. And the first thing we're going to do is just open the trunk with that first function, and then we're going to slide the power tonneau cover forward. Okay. On this side, there is an air compressor port, and there is a compressor hose in the front trunk, and you can connect that in, and you can use that to blow up or refill a tire if you have a flat tire. There is a button here, and this will unlock the spare tire area, and that's down in there. This moves up as well, but you just give that a nice good close. Then over on this side over here is 210 volt powered outlets, and you can use those to run 110 volt appliances. We close this, it closes manually. It does not have a power close on it, and then this will close automatically. One button to close that. Okay, we're going to move forward now, and we're going to open this gear tunnel on this side. So once again, that goes all the way through. This side also has a small cubby hole, and when you want to close that, give it a nice good close and make sure it's closed. Otherwise, you won't be able to drive with the truck with that open. Coming forward, we're going to look at the front trunk. Okay, just to the left of the Rivian badge down here, pretty low, is a small rubber button. You can press on that. It's wide and it's long and narrow. And then come on up here, we have a front trunk area here. There's a little escape light there that turns on at night to open that. Then down in here we have, the first thing we have is the compressor hose, and that is in here in this little kit, and there's also a tire sealer there if you need to reinflate a flat tire. In addition to that, there is a small, minimally useful first aid kit. Has a few band-aids in it, that kind of thing. Nothing great, but it will serve in a pinch for very small wounds. Also, finally over here we have the NACS, the North American Charging Standard Tesla adapter. This will allow you to connect to version 3 and version 4 Tesla superchargers. The one here in Santa Fe is a version 2, and it is not compatible. with this at this point. There is a power cable here for charging, and this will charge both at 240 volts, which is the larger plug here, and you'll need a NEMA 1450 outlet for that to charge with this. And then the other end plugs into the power, this section here. There's a smaller one for a regular 110 volt household outlet that you can also use. And both of these are included with the truck and will be here in the truck with the truck when you rent this vehicle. Okay, finally we will close this back up, and then we'll set that down in there. Lift that out of there. There are a couple of small adapters here for child seats that help the lower anchor guide. I haven't used these. I'm not quite sure how they work, but they can help with the child seats. Okay, we're going to close up here. That completes the tour of the outside of the vehicle. Okay, we're done. Okay, we're going to go ahead and enter the car, and we're going to talk about what you need to do. The doors will present when the phone is next to the car, and open that. So we're getting in here, and when we press on the brake, the car becomes ready to go. First thing is, how do you put it into drive and neutral? So there's up goes into reverse, and then if we look over here, you can see the direction of the wheels, and we will turn those around where they're moving back straight at the moment. And then we're going to put this back into park, and that is going to be that button right there, puts you into park. Okay, if we wanted to go into drive, we would lift up. You can see the H means automatically hold. I've got my foot on the brake when we do this, and so you want to keep your feet on the brake when you're moving it into park or to reverse. There is no key for the car, and so you simply have to get in and press on the brake, and that starts it. There are some buttons here, and these buttons are useful for certain settings. So we're going to go over here, and we're going to just start here. This would lock the vehicle. This would unlock the vehicle. This car then brings up certain settings that you use. This would be to plug or unplug the port, the charging port, which is now unplugged. This one would be to open the front trunk. This would be to do something to the mirrors. I'm actually not sure what it does. This one here, if you press on this, we're going to look up at the ceiling, and we're going to look outside here, and we're going to press on that button, and it will obscure the outer world and give you a little bit of extra insulation from heat. And so we press that again, and then you can see, we'll just do that a couple more times, so you can see the window becomes partially opaque on the roof window, and then back on. So this will this button here will fold the mirrors, and we'll just press on that, and you can see the mirrors fold, and we'll press again, and you can see the mirrors unfold. So then the next buttons down here, these open the gear tunnels. That one's open, so it won't close automatically, so you'll have to get out to do that. This will open the rear tailgate, and this will open the tonneau cover in the back. Moving on, the next setup is for the driver, and you can see this is set to me. In order to have you added, you've got to send me an email, and then I will send you a link so you can load your user profile into the Rivian app. So here we're going to press on the steering wheel, and then we can adjust. If we look here, you may be able to see that. Maybe a little hard to see, but that will tell you, that will move it in and out. And then on this side, it's going to move it up or down. A little easier to see. And so then you can set that where you want. We don't really want to move it. I had it where I wanted it, so we'll leave that at restore, and that'll set where I want that to go. So there is several different users. As you can see, my wife and daughter are also on there, and you will be too when you rent this car. The next button here is the Home Link Garage. That's not set up. The next button is Alexa. Alexa, play Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan released a new album, The Very Best of, Explicit. To play it on this device, you'd need to upgrade your Amazon Music Unlimited subscription. It's $9.99 a month until you cancel. Terms in the Alexa app. Should I upgrade your subscription and play the new album?
No.
Okay. You can upgrade anytime by saying, upgrade my Amazon Music Unlimited. Shuffling Bob Dylan and similar artists on Amazon Music.
So as you can see there, it'll play some music, but at first it's going to try to upsell you. Please don't buy anything if you're in this car and the Amazon works with you. There's also, you can log into your Spotify account, and you can play your own Spotify music. There are several other things here. This is Audible. We don't need that right now. This is Bluetooth, and so this would probably be the easiest thing to do. You can play music off your phone here. So that kind of gives you an idea of Alexa and of music, which is down there. So the next thing here is some notifications. There aren't any now. The next thing over here is is a hotspot, and you can connect your phone to the hotspot in the Rivian, and use that as your iPad or whatever if you want to do this. This is a Bluetooth setting, and you can connect another phone to that if you want to. This just shows you what Wi-Fi we're connected to now, which is the Wi-Fi here at my home, current temperature, the LTE number of bars, the time, and the passenger airbag being off. So moving down here, we're looking at the temperature and the climate control. So we press on that, and then we can turn the button on or off. Once you're in this, you can hit these buttons, and you can, for example, heat the seats. You can go to the back and heat the back seats as well if you want to. And you can have various adjustments in terms of where you want the airflow and so forth on that. This will allow you to heat the steering wheel. This will allow you to defrost the windows, and this will put the vehicle in pet mode so that the climate control will stay on. We're going to turn that off for a minute just to save sound. Then as we move down here, the front left seat, the driver's seat, is warming up. If we press on that again, you can see that it also warms up the steering wheel. You can cool that off if it's summertime. Here's some front window defrost, rear window defrost. Then the next button over here is our navigation. We're going to press on that, and if we just look back, here is where we are right now. There is a map here that is a actual geography map. It's a little old, since this neighborhood is about 3 years old. Okay, so we're back here, and we're looking at the The map, that button over there, that's probably just a little bit less cluttered to just look at the basic road streets. Then this one here will either turn off, let's get over there and look at that close, turns on or off charging options, okay? So we turn those on, and then we look at the charging speed we're willing to accept. Of course, you really want to just be the fast chargers, but there are slow and medium speed chargers as well. In Santa Fe, there's only one set of fast chargers, and those are at the Electrify America, which is just about a mile from here. And we'll pinch out on the map until we can see that. Up there it is, shows up. And if you want to navigate to that, you can just press on that and it'll send you there. And what it starts to do is starts to warm up the battery so that the battery will be warmer and charge faster when you get there. So that's what we're going to do there. We don't really need to go there, so we're going to end and not go there. It will also help you find different networks. Rivian, Electrify America, EVgo, Tesla, EV Connect. Speaking of Tesla, this will connect to Tesla superchargers, but only version 3 and version 4 superchargers, so they have to charge at 250 kilowatts or more. The current charger in Santa Fe only charges at 150. There are charge point chargers in town, principally around downtown, and they're semi-fast chargers at about 62 kilowatts, and so you can put them on if you're down for an hour or two downtown and get a lot of charge out of that. We'll do that, and then we will hide incompatible chargers. We'll hide, there's certain things that you can do. You can hide ones that are in use, that are incompatible if they're out of order, hide ones where an adapter is needed, but we do have an adapter, so that will show up. Low scores, typically, there are some rating systems like PlugShare, and if the charger is out a lot, it'll get a low score, and then you can just steer away from ones that don't do well. So that's that. Then here's some settings. Press on that, and you can set what you want in terms of how you want the map, speech or chimes, the audio volume, the map orientation, and all of those are things that you can set up on your trip. So this is a pretty good explanation of the map function. Next function is music. We've already kind of talked about that. The next function here is the drive modes, and so in general, the all-purpose mode is what you'd use most of the time. Sport gives you a little bit extra pickup. I don't know that it's that useful. Snow would be useful here in the wintertime. And of course, you should not be driving off-road or in sand in this vehicle per Turo's terms. There are certain things here that you can adjust. The height automatically gives you certain heights. The ride you can set as soft, regenerate, that's regenerative braking. You can set the ride to be more stiff if you want to, but soft is pretty comfortable. And you have to close the driver tunnel in order to change gear mode, so that won't allow that to do that. There is a trailer mode up here. Mostly people probably will not be doing this with a Turo rental. There's a video camera, and this is now showing us the front of the vehicle and what's around the vehicle right now. Then this is a road cam. So there are some things that you have to set up for this. You can record this. We don't actually have that set up right now. We may get that set up pretty soon here. And then you can record incidents and a motion cam, and you can star certain things. So there's a late night road trip with Gary the Gearhead, or whoever they call him. Finally, over here on the right, you have your music volume, then your passenger seat, and the passenger can control the thermostat and the climate as well. Let's move back over here. There are some things that you want to see. This button here, the certain button there on the left, is just going to turn on the windshield wipers and give you a little juice on the windshield. Okay, and that's a pretty typical thing. Then this button will control how much speed, as you toggle up and down on that, it'll control through how you want the wipers set up. Okay, and so we'll leave that off. Then the farthest button over here really is going to toggle you through your light settings. I would just leave this on auto. It does have a really cool automated high beam that will just shut off in front of oncoming drivers, but light up all around them, and you'll have to see it to believe it. It's pretty incredible. Back again, this button, the left button is going to control your volume on your music, and it's going to control your songs. You can toggle through songs by pressing back or forth, and that'll toggle through the songs on your music. This right button, as far as I know, is mainly good for adjusting your steering wheel and your mirror. Again, over here, you've got the park button. Press in for park. You've got to have your foot on the gas here in order to make that work, and then you can go up hard to get into rear, and of course it doesn't like it because the gear tunnel we opened up accidentally earlier. So you press it back into park, and if we press down a little bit, it'll go into neutral. If you press down hard, it's going to go into drive. We're going to put that back into park now, and that kind of gives you a nice tour of the interior functions of the car. Oh, one last thing, there's a horn here. There are some up and down buttons here. This is how you open the door, is with that button right there. And we will open the door and finish off. The vehicle will usually have an umbrella in it.